Coming up on Mountain News at 6, officials in Magoffin County declare a state of emergency after a break of a sewer line. What leaders are doing to fix the issue. And officials with the Floyd County Animal Shelter are asking for the community's help after a disturbing find.
And in the world of weather, we had temperatures in the upper 80s and low 90s today. There's one day on the 7-day that's pretty nice. I'll tell you when in a few minutes.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
A sewage leak in Magoffin County has led to a state of emergency. WYMT's RJ Johnson shares how officials are working to remedy the situation.
What was thought to be a small leak turned into something much bigger.
So we started digging out, and then when we started digging into it, and the system was just gone.
With wastewater entering the Licking River, Salyersville Mayor Stanley Howard says he called Magoffin County Judge Executive Matt Wireman to see how they could handle the situation.
My main goal as judge was to make sure that the citizens are safe, that we don't have any environmental dangers, that action's taken immediately, and that we're moving toward some type of solution.
So he declared a state of emergency for the county to help bring assistance into the community.
I can call the city, I can call the municipal water, the county water, whatever it may be, as state, and say, I need this.
Right here is where officials are building a temporary line while they finish completing the main line.
We are digging now to make a tap to lay on top of the ground, temporary, 8-inch, from the behind the situation all the way to the sewer plant to bypass it until we get a good fix for it.
In the meantime, officials are urging folks in the community not to use a lot of water.
The less amount of wastewater we got coming from out in the community, then the easier that job will be to keep up. Because, you know, that's a pretty big task when you're pumping 3,300 gallons at a time in a system that runs 350,000 gallons a day.
Wireman says that includes not flushing the toilet as often, taking shorter showers, and not using a dishwasher. In Salyersville, RJ Johnson, WYMT Mountain News.
Howard says they hope to have the temporary line fully installed by tomorrow evening. State police troopers are investigating a pair of deadly crashes in Pike County. Troopers received a call about one that happened yesterday morning in the Belcher community. The crash happened on Farrells Creek Road. Jeremy Gunter was driving his truck when he crossed the center line and hit Donald Thacker, who was driving a car. Gunter then hit Ella Taylor, who was driving an SUV. Taylor was pronounced dead by the Pike County Coroner's Office. Troopers were notified of a second crash late last night. That crash happened on US 460 in the Millard community. Troopers say Clinton Justice was driving an SUV when he struck Eric Justice, who was riding a bicycle. Eric Justice was pronounced dead by the Pike County Coroner's Office. Clinton Justice was charged with multiple charges, including leaving the scene of an accident. Clinton Justice was taken to the Pike County Detention Center. In Rockcastle County, one person is dead after a crash happened there. KSP troopers were informed about the crash at approximately 5:30 p.m. yesterday. That two-car crash that happened on Kentucky Highway 70. 59-year-old Charles Northern was heading one direction when he lost control of his vehicle, veered into the path of 56-year-old Sandra Whitaker. Whitaker was pronounced dead by the Rockcastle County coroner after suffering injuries she could not overcome. 2 people have been indicted for their roles in the murder of a Harlan man. A Harlan County grand jury indicted Joe Johnson and Jessica Simon, both of Cold Iron, last week. Indictments obtained by WYMT state on or around May 6th. Johnson is accused of shooting Nicholas Stevens in the head, resulting in his death. Simon was also indicted for complicity to murder after she conspired with Johnson to commit or facilitate the act. A Kentucky couple has been indicted on child pornography charges. John and Myra Elam each face 16 counts of possessing child pornography. Officers arrested the two after a raid at their Rowan County home. Court records show a device inside their home logged into an online account showing minors and sexual performances. John Elam is also charged with owning a gun as a convicted felon. They are in Rowan County Jail and will be in court again June 21st. Workers at the Floyd County Animal Shelter are hoping for help from the public after two pups were seemingly dumped on a hill behind the shelter. WYMT's Buddy Forbes has more from the managers of the shelter who say what happened next should place whoever left them there behind bars. We do want to warn you, some of the images in this story may be graphic.
Oh, there's still a pack here.
After a pile of meat was dumped on the Floyd County Animal Shelter's property last week, workers realized something had been eating the spoiled food.
And he ran straight to where that little dirt path is and was just barking at
Which
us.
is how they found a pit bull they have now named Ludwig.
You could tell that something was really bothering him, and he just kept barking at us and walking towards us and then running. So me and Lexi said, well, let's just look around. I know, but I can't get him right now. I will come get him, I promise.
Ludwig was leading the workers to his friend, another pit bull, which shelter workers named Nakusha.
They tied him into a place where they wanted us to never find him.
The second dog was dead, having hanged on the rope that was used to tie him to a tree.
We both stood there for a couple minutes just in complete shock, you know, seeing him and just the condition he was in. I mean, it was one of the most horrific sights I have ever seen.
Both workers say Ludwig was determined to find help for his friend, breaking their hearts since they knew it was too late.
The dogs were so bonded. Ludwig refused to leave his friend. I had to physically put him on a leash and carry him away as he was nuzzling his dead friend's body.
Now Ludwig is getting the help, love, and care he needs. But the shelter is working with local authorities to find whoever left him and Nakusha to die on the trail.
That dog bashed his face up, or maybe he was already bashed up before they tied him up. Maybe they beat him. We don't know. There's claw marks in the tree to where he tried his best to just be able to breathe, just to live a little bit longer.
But without camera footage or substantial proof, they need the public's help to find answers, hoping someone will come forward with the information to make sure those involved are held accountable.
We just want to make sure that those animals in the future are taken care of, and that's all we're here for, is just to try to battle the abuse for animals in Floyd County, because it is absolutely horrific.
Saying no more dogs deserve to die. In Floyd County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Donations poured in to help fund Ludwig's veterinary bills, and an anonymous donor paid to have Nakusha cremated. A small urn will be attached to Ludwig's collar so he can take his friend with him in his new forever home, which he has already found. The Mingo County Sheriff's Office is asking for the public's help in finding an escaped Pike County jail inmate. Police say Andrew Eastwood escaped custody of Pike County Jail into Mingo County in the Matewan area. He was last seen wearing a green shirt and pants with black or brown boots. Police ask anyone with information about his location to call 911.
Well, we're seeing a mixture of sun and clouds out there at this hour, and temperatures are in the upper 80s across the area. Take a look here at some of the tower cams across eastern Kentucky. There's the WYMT studios, Buffalo Mountain, Logan, Pikeville, Jenkins, as well as London, Corbin area. Seeing a mixture of sun and clouds right now. In terms of temperatures, we're in the mid to upper 80s. Live pinpoint Doppler radar showing a clean sweep across the area. This will get a break for the most part tonight and into tomorrow. Stray shower or two is not out of the question tomorrow night going into the day on Saturday. So if you have plans tonight, we'll see temperatures in the upper 80s by the 7 o'clock hour, 76 by the time you join us tonight at 11, 71 by 3 a.m., 64 degrees will be the temperature by 7 a.m. Now, coming up in the first alert forecast, it is Father's Day weekend, and there's a little bit of a change in the forecast as compared to yesterday. And I'll tell you what that is in a few minutes. Olivia, over to you.
Eric, thank you. More than $8 million will be going toward a dozen projects across Kentucky to help improve community facilities. Part of the money will benefit two facilities in our area. $750,000 is going to the city of Wayland, which will be used for work at the Wayland Gym. And $351,000 is going to the city of Corbin, which will be used to help renovate the kitchen of a senior citizen center on Barberville Street. We have more about this on WYMT.com. Keeping kids fed during the summer months. That's the aim of a program in its second year in Mingo County, West Virginia. The initiative is a part of a federally funded summer food program. Boxes containing a week's worth of meals are passed out Wednesdays from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at 4 locations. Jennifer Toller is the district's coordinator of child nutrition. She says the need to provide 4 meals for kids during the summer is critical.
The need is great to provide meals for students.
We have 9 ladies that are taking care of the meals this summer, and we're very appreciative to them.
And in the world of weather, we have a mixture of sun and clouds out there at this time. Temperatures are in the mid-80s. We'll have one nice day on the 7-day, and we'll talk about that coming up in just a few minutes.